Hey cuties, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hey, if you're not, welcome back, baby. So today, I haven't done like a get ready with me for a lot of the events. However, we're here now. And it is so hot outside. I wasn't supposed to wear this today. Matter of fact, I had to change today's outfit about 4 times, but it was okay because I started with the changing of the outfit yesterday. Oh, yesterday, obviously, it was like 90 something. It was hot as hell. I don't think I should have did that one. Because I think I put more concealer on this side than this side. So, like, why did I try to re-conceal this side? Girl, don't question it. Not having control to the point where you want to like lay with your own kin is nasty. It's absolutely nasty. At no point will that ever be acceptable. You're sick. You're like, where is this going? I want to say it's Tennessee. I want to say it's Tennessee that had this hoopla going on, right? So boom, this lady, she had a baby by this dude, and the dude is watching the baby that week. He has a whole girlfriend. So he's watching the baby that week. The baby mom, because the lady, I think the video, but whoever like recorded it, it was from Facebook. They recorded it from Facebook to bring it to TikTok. They like recorded it into like weird chunks. So it's more like you kind of get the story enough to fill in the blanks yourself type stuff. So boom. From what I'm understanding, she didn't say his name, but at the same time, like I don't want to give him a name and then forget I gave him that name. If you've been here for enough of my story times, you know I'll give people names and then forget what name I gave them. That's why I don't give people names like Tim or Robert, or I don't give people human names because girl, I'm gonna forget what I named you. Girl, stop. So, baby dad's girlfriend drops off the daughter, right? I'm not understanding at this point because that's where it got like weirdly chopped off. So I'm not understanding if the girlfriend is the one that like told her first and then the daughter confirmed it, or if the daughter went ahead and told her how it went down, y'all. I don't know how it went down. Mind you, this is a grown ass man who has I don't know how many kids. However, this is not his first kid. But apparently, they say word around town, he like I'm young anyway. And I keep emphasizing the fact that he has a girlfriend because, like, you have a whole girlfriend. I was talking to someone the other day and we were talking about relationships. And it was just somebody asking me for advice, basically. And I was giving the advice. And I was like, the unfortunate part about life is a lot of the people who are good people end up with the worst people. For instance, like there's good baby dads and they got trash baby moms. Like there's good baby moms, there's good women and they end up with trash men. And I don't understand what y'all don't understand. You're looking for someone, and I'm not bashing her. I'm just saying, and just looking for the right one. However you classify the right one to you, right? When you're looking for the right one, you can't stay with someone that's trash and think that you're going to magically bump into that person. Sometimes that happens, but a lot of times it doesn't happen. When you stay with trash people, you're allowing the universe, God, Buddha, whatever you believe in, to think this is what you're used to. This is what you're willing to accept. If you're not willing to accept it, you move out the way so more blessings can come in. How do you expect for more blessings to come in when you're still like, there was this one picture, I think it was from Facebook. It was way back when though. There was this girl, it was a cartoon. It was supposedly supposed to be the Lord, right? The Lord was holding a big teddy bear behind his back. The little girl had a tiny ripped teddy bear that she was just like holding on to. And basically in the picture, the God was trying to take the ripped up teddy bear, but she wasn't understanding that he had a big teddy bear behind. So you could see in the picture the slight hesitation on the little girl's face, but she wasn't understanding that was bigger, right? Exactly. So all in all, y'all go, just leave. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I've been in a few toxic stuff. It is fun. It's fun. A tad bit. But at some point you have to realize it's so unhealthy because now imagine that, imagine this. Imagine you stayed with someone so toxic for so long and then you finally find this person that's supposed to treat you right, but you're so broken to the point where you end up pushing that person away, and that was supposed to be your person. Do y'all realize y'all push good people away because you stayed in so much traumatic situations? Now you're projecting past issues into this new issue, and it's creating turmoil. Anyways, back to the story. So boom, y'all, all in all stuff, right? He comes up, just we gonna skip over who initiated the dad was being weird, whether it was the girlfriend telling the mom or it was the little girl. All in all, the little girl ends up telling the mom anyways. So the little girl basically says like the dad was trying to get her to practice licking a lollipop, though it's not a lollipop. You know what I'm saying? It's a detachable part to the male species that some people use. Sometimes it vibrates, sometimes it doesn't, depending on what you buy. Do you get what I'm putting down? I think you get what I'm putting down. So boom, he's over here telling her to practice licking on this lollipop. And the little girl, apparently from the story that I'm hearing, the mom says the little girl, she believes her daughter, not only because that's her daughter, but the little girl was able to tell her what color it was. She's like, why would she just lie about the color? You know what I'm saying? And that's true. Cause it's like, at what point, you would say, when you're as detailed as you are like that, at what point can you really be lying? And then the guy who's the dad, he was like, no, his girlfriend put that in the little girl's ear and told the little girl to do it. She coerced. So she coerced the whole thing. And, yeah, basically saying like, oh, she's mad. Why would the girlfriend be mad? Like, at what point would if the girlfriend did that, she's very strange. Because at what point would you tell a little girl like? But then again, didn't FD Lil Durk friend OT? What's his name? The bald one. What's his name? What's that boy's name? The bald one. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He was with his name is OTF something, but he was like with FT Bay or something like that. Something like that. He had a girlfriend named something Bay. And I don't know that man's name. Right? It's not coming to me. Anywho, so she coerced her kids to lie and say that he did what he did. All in itself, like in that case, he ended up taking her to court because, like, obviously. But with those type of situations, it's damaging to the reputation. That is very damaging to say that. You know what I'm saying? That is so damaging. That's why I can't be around people who just. It's one thing to lie, and if you lie and be like, I got $1 billion in my account, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's something you want. If you want to lie, you want to lie. It's okay. I guess, to a degree, I guess it's okay for you to lie. But when you lie on other people's character, that's a dangerous person. To lie on somebody's character and attempt to find evidence to back, you know what I'm saying? That is a dangerous person. You willing to go that far? That's not okay. That's not okay. That is not okay. That's weird behavior. That is very strange. So all in all, y'all. So he says the baby mom needs to believe him because he didn't do that to his daughter. Because that's his blood. Why would he do that to her? This, that, and the other. And this, that, and the other. And then the mom asks a valid question because it's like, if you got a girl right there, why would you even try to look at a little girl? You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, y'all. I don't know how that situation ended out. I'm not sure if she went to press charges because press. So that was going on, and I just thought that was very strange. That was very strange because it's like you were itching to get a fix to the point where you were willing to go to your door. I'm not really gonna say. It's like at what point. I'm just going to say that that's what the street has said because I don't want to say allegedly because that's what the mom has said. And I saw her, you know what I'm saying? Like I seen her say it. So you can't tell me I got to say allegedly because she said that's what her kids said. And who am I? You know what I'm saying? So in a way, it's not really alleged because it's not something, word from the grapevine. This happened. This is not a word from the grapevine type thing, but in a way it is. It goes into this other topic. This girl says that she's on the phone with her boyfriend. She's on the phone with her boyfriend and her homeboy starts telling the boyfriend how he's able to cheat And he was like, no, I love my girl, this, that, and the other. Whether he's saying that because he's on the phone or not, I don't know. However, he's over here encouraging him, like, this is how you cheat, this is how you get away with it, this, that, and the other. But my thing is, like, why don't you just lead a person? That really just be y'all problem. Y'all just never want to lead. A lot of the times, these dudes be banking on y'all not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she's not going to go nowhere. And if he thinks you're not going to go nowhere, at what point is he going to stop and take you serious? You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't understand some females. Like, y'all get mad at other females because they didn't know that you're a man. Because a lot of times dudes be lying. They be lying, and not all of them. But some of them be lying. They be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in a relationship. I'm not this. I'm not that. This, that, and the other. And they just be leading you on. Just like what happened to our poor friend Barbí. They had said that man had got with her because he just wanted to be on TV and he had a whole family the whole time. And a walking opportunist. Everybody wants a fairy tale ending. And a lot of people try to rush the process to the point where, like, y'all settle for just anything. Like, there's this one trend on TikTok right now. It's the person that traumatized me. And these girls be fine. I mean, top of the line, girl. You finger licking good. And that's what I'm thinking. A lot of, like, dudes be banking on, one, you don't know your worth, and two, you gonna go for whatever. I promise you, those are the two things they banking on. I promise you. From all this analyzing I've analyzed, I've assessed enough to know I believe those are the two things they're banking on. I truly, truly believe. Because a lot of the times when the dude know you're going to leave his ass and he knows that you know that you fine as hell, he's less likely to do the other shit. I mean, even if he does, bruh, you that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So at what point are you going to put up with just anything? You're not. You're not. Because you got a whole line waiting for you. You're not just going to put up with whatever. You're not. And he should know there's a whole line waiting. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, okay, they waiting for you. They waiting for you to mess up. And that's why I say sometimes the wrong people be in the wrong relationships with the wrong people, because there are females out there who gonna help you unpack your shit emotionally, but you have to be, that there's a level of vulnerability that has to be there. But then sometimes on the flip side, dudes confide in you and then you turn it, and not like, and it's not just the female thing though, but for the most part, I've seen women do it to women too, where it's like you confide in someone and then they get mad and then they use it against you. At what point do you want to confide in people? That's what I'm saying. There's so much going on. There's just so much going on. And you know what they say, hurt people hurt people. It's just like, and I feel as if that's why some people cheat. It's really just an ego thing. It's an ego boost. Like, it's got to be an ego thing, because I don't understand what else it could be. I'm just not here to hold nobody's hand. I've held enough hands, and holding hands never got me far. It never got me far. If anything, I was helping everybody else. And then I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put it this way. I learned my lesson when it comes down to putting people before me. I'm not going to say I'm going to ever stop helping people. However, I'm not going to put people before me. Like, I've put a lot of people's needs before my own, and not too many people do that back for you. And I've got myself into a lot of sticky situations, whether it be financially or emotionally, because of that. And when people like that, with people like that, you can't really do anything. Like, you can't stop someone from being a good person. You just have to let them have that awakening themselves. Be so nice when I say the stuff I say, because apparently me calling y'all slow is not nice. I apologize if calling you slow is mean. The whole concept of like pretty privilege. People like hanging out with people they deem pretty. Hold on. Because they won't. I don't want to say they want to feel entitled. I don't want to use any strong words, but they want access to the privilege, so they use you for such. And when it comes to that in life, you just have to decide whether you're going to allow this person to use you or not. Like I said, everybody gets used. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of those people, I'm not a bitter person. Like, if I'm somewhere and you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure my friend is straight too. That's just me as a person. However, but then that goes into friendship too, because a lot of people have met the wrong friends and now they shut out. You know what I'm saying? Now they shut down. And at some point, I did shut down from people. If you're not willing to be friends with somebody because of the way they're looking, because of the way they look, you're the problem with society. I don't even deem myself as a content creator. If you talk to me, a lot of times I don't even tell people I do content. Honest to the Lord, I don't tell people I do content. I literally am a graphic designer. I model from time to time, but I don't tell people I do content. I think that's where a lot of people fall by the wayside because it's the continuous criticism. I understand why some people don't want to be in the spotlight. I would understand. I just be doing this shit for shits and giggles. At any point, like I told y'all from the beginning of my YouTube journey, I told you at any point in time, I'll up and leave. You've been through the ringer, and now you feel as if because life beat you up, you have to make everybody's life terrible as well. Instead of wanting the pain and suffering to end by understanding, you know, I've been through this. I don't want others to go through this. So I'm going to try to be as positive as possible. Not saying you got to smile 24/9, but you're going to attempt to be as positive as possible, especially to people who ain't do no wrong to you. Y'all walk around just bitter. I literally had this one girl, right? I was in college. I had several situations. There was one situation where, boom, I'm going to tell you about the college one. So boom, I was in college, right? And in college, this was like the peak of my social butterfly phase. Now I'm back to being a social butterfly. However, this is where my social butterfly phase started and it died off during this time. I promise y'all it did. I'm just reviving that bitch to like, let's try again because maybe I was in the wrong environment and that's why we never really, you know what I'm saying? That's why it never worked. Because sometimes it's not you, it's just the environment. Okay, so always test out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So boom, I'm at the bar. And well, technically it's a bar because it was like, it's a bar. Because I'm not going to say it's a club. It's not really a club. It's a bar. So boom, I'm at the bar, right? And one of them had a ring on, right? And I seen he had a ring on. I stayed away from him. But they were just so flirty. All of them were so flirty. And they just kept the drinks coming. And one thing about me, like, I'm grateful when people do stuff for me, but at the same time, I understand givers not all of them, but some of them don't know their limit. Some givers don't know their limit. So I sometimes will turn down stuff because you're doing a little too much. And it's not bad too much. It's just a matter of like, I don't like when I feel like, just feeling like I'm using someone. I know that I'm not the one that's using them, but it feels like I'm using them. And just if I feel like they just don't know when to stop, I will stop it myself. Because are you okay? Because some people I don't know. Because in one sentence, some people just don't know how to say how they feel. So they do it with actions where it's like a bunch of gifts. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep gifting you because that's the only way I can show you I care. But then on the other hand, some people are just like, and I think what disorder does that, I want to say it's bipolar disorder, where they have like this peak of just like gift giving. I don't know if you call it gift giving or it's like, I don't know what you call it, but they just like stuff you with a whole bunch of stuff. And it's just like they want to appeal. Is that the word? They want to appeal to people to the point where it's like they just give. And then they cycle back into this like, oh, woe is me, but it's not really like a woe is me. It's one of those like the favors never get returned to me, so maybe I'm the problem. He just kept buying drinks and he just kept buying drinks and kept buying drinks. So I guess these girls end up seeing what's going on. They come over there and then, you know what I'm saying, like they try to be our friend. Come over there, they hee hee ha ha, you know what I'm saying, trying to top it up with us. Y'all pretty, this, that, and the other. So one of the guys, he comes up, are those y'all friends? Because he, at this point, is trying to buy more drinks. So I didn't even, me nor my friend even got to open our mouth and be like, yeah, we know them. No, we don't know them. No confirmation, nothing. One of the girls was like, yeah, we are. You trying to get us drinks? At this point, I'm knowing a walking opportunist. So at that point, because it's his money, like, you know what I'm saying? So at this point, he buys them a drink. New people we barely knew who claim to know us. When I tell y'all shots, they kept ordering shots. They all have 5 shots each. And it's not that, oh, they have more shots than you all that really got to me. It was to the point where one of the dudes, like, his card had declined and he was asking his friend for money. And he was like, oh, I'll pay you back. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know how many drinks prior to us Buddy had bought. I don't know. But it's just like, he was willing to like put himself in debt. And one of the girls, she comes up, she over here, she leans into me and my friend as if like, she's the one that they buying shots for, right? And she talked about something. Do y'all want more shots? I can get them to get us more shots. Who is us? This is not a team. That's like, why didn't you leave? I'm not leaving because at this point, I'm knowing that they're trying to take advantage of Buddy. And I like at one point probably wouldn't care. But for the most part, like these aren't no like, they're not bad dudes. They're not creeps. Like if they was creepy, I'd have been like, girl, let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can dog them out. I don't care. But these are sweet people. Like you could tell they're just genuinely nice people and they just want to make sure everybody's having a good time. So when I see him do that, like he's trying to do it on the low, but when I notice that he's like asking his friend to like spot him, that's when y'all at that point, I told him, I was like, you don't have to get no more drinks. Real stuff. I don't care if you think I was cock blocking or not. At this point, I'm realizing by now this man is a gifter and he doesn't know his limit. So I told him, I said, you don't have to get no more drinks. If you want more drinks, you can get more drinks. Me and my friend, we don't want to, because I literally asked her before I had said this. I was like, did you want any more? And she's no, because at this point, she's feeling bad too. So after like, I told him, you don't have to get more drinks. The girl comes up because they was talking amongst each other for a quick second. And we were right next to Buddy and his friends. So she comes up. I guess she's noticing like the drinks not coming. She comes to him. She's like, oh, we wanted our drinks. He said, no, I'm not getting no more drinks. And she's like, yeah, but you said you was going to get drinks. I said, yeah, but he's not getting no more drinks anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not getting no more drinks. So, and I didn't realize, and that's kind of like, I'm going to take accountability because I should have opened my mouth earlier, but I didn't realize like he was doing it because he thought like they was with us. That's why I said a while back, I don't really do the girls things. Like I don't have a problem with females, but it's love from a distance because some of y'all are just so strange. Some of y'all are so strange. And that's really all it is. Like it starts, and especially, I don't know, it just be starting off with love and then it's some of y'all just be acting so strange. One thing about it, I don't really be giving, I don't be caring. I don't be caring when you a bad person, but if you ain't really a bad person, like, I don't know. I feel like I like to think that I have a heart and I'm not just going to take advantage of people, especially good people. So there was this one time I had this one female friend, right? And she wasn't an ugly girl. She really wasn't an ugly girl. I don't like to think anybody's ugly. I like to think that people are pretty in their own way. And when it comes down to it, you're not ugly. You're just not confident. The confidence oozes out of you. You could tell when somebody's not confident. A lot of people are pretty, and that goes back to the whole TikTok trend that they was doing. The man that traumatized me trend, where it's like these are pretty girls, but because they're not understanding that they're pretty, people take advantage of them, and now they're arm candy to this ugly bum. You have to know your worth. So I was cool with this girl. This guy liked me. He liked me real bad. I mean, real bad, you know. I didn't want to ever like become anything simply because he was better off being, and it's terrible to say, but truth is he was better off being a friend than he would being us being a thing. And I said that because we were too much alike. And he had a lot of unhealthy traits that he just wasn't willing to change. I didn't say that to him, but through conversations, I realized like he sees nothing wrong with this. And I asked him, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like nicely, like, okay, but what if, you know what I'm saying? I be doing hypothetical sometimes, like, but what if? And plus, like, I knew it wasn't going to work because he was about to be out the picture soon. Like we was in the same location, but we didn't originate in the same locations together. So it was like, this wasn't even going to work. It's going to work probably for a few seconds, but it's not going to work long term. Well, it could, but you know, he used to like pick me up from my class, drop me to my dorm, like, bruh, I mean, full on, like, yeah, real chivalrous behavior, you know what I'm saying? Real chivalrous. That's the thing though. And it's such a key to me because when I see I'm telling you, my favorite thing in life is seeing players turn into lover boys. I promise you that is that if you never see that, I pray you get to see it one day because it's a full 360. It is literally a full 360. Mind you, in his attempt to like get me, he was like he still had his whole entourage, right? But his entourage wasn't really a thing. Like obviously, I boom. For instance, like if I'm walking past, right, he'll stop talking to them. He could be talking to like a random female or he knowing her, or whatever. He stopped talking to them, and then boom, now he full attention to me, and it's just like that. And then that's just not him. Like I knew that with him, y'all, because before I started connecting the dots, like I think he liked me because I'll be a little slow sometimes. So before I started connecting the dots, like, oh, I think he liked me. It just, bruh, I have so many people hate me for that exact reason. Like, girl, they was pissy. That's what I'm saying. But this be so weird. She liked him. Shorty liked him to the point where she liked him, right? So then when she found out like he was paying me attention, she followed me on every social media platform. And then she was trying to be my friend. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be so weird. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm a girl's girl from a distance. It's really love. Like when you see me turning up with girls, it really is me. But at the same time, like when this wraps up, all of this got to wrap up. It's just, I'm cool off y'all. Like I'm not gonna like say I'm never willing to make new friends, but like I'm skeptical, so it be taking me a minute. It really do take me a minute because one thing I realized is time shows all. One thing about it, like your character is your character. If you're not really who you say you are, it's going to show. You can only keep up the act for so long until your character starts to peek through. And you just have to see when the character peeks through. And then to top it off, I'm so messy because I try to help her get with him. Girl. Because like I wanted him off me though. But I didn't want him off me because I just knew it was gonna work. But I didn't want to tell him it was gonna work because like he was cool. And now I don't want him to just like, we was cool. So now we not gonna be cool no more? I don't know. I say jumpy, how high, that type, bro. He used to take me everywhere. Literally everywhere. Like I was his like, think of me like his handbag. I literally was his handbag. I had this one friend who like, that's why I say really got to be careful how you introduce people to pretty privilege because she wasn't an ugly girl. She just lacked confidence. So like I would hang around her. My homeboys wasn't really here for it though. They thought I was a bad influence to her. Little do they know like she was more wild than me. I guess because I look like I'm a bad influence, or like because they know that I don't play that, and they think that she innocent. I don't know what it was. They always told me like, leave that girl alone. You that influence may never go. You know what I'm saying? You can't, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, no, she cool people. Like she cool. I'm not going up and leave the girl. Like she really cool people. And for the most part, like that was just that. Like I probably should have stopped it a while back because like I would buy bottles and then she would be posted up with it. Like she would be posted up with my stuff and I never checked it. I checked it one time though. One time I was like, yeah, that's dead. That's weird. Mind you, I'm not big on sharing clothes. I'm not that type. But I let her use a few of my things because I'm one of those people like, if I look up to Paul, I don't want you coming next to me looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to make sure you look good too. That's just me. So obviously, like, I'm not going to let her go out looking crazy because she don't got nothing. So I let her use my stuff. Mind you, I'm not the type to let people use my stuff. I promise you. Shorty starts getting too comfortable. Now she just, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me get this. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm drawing the line because now I'm, okay, it's getting a little strange. Cool, bet. So mind you, she knows Buddy jumped to my beckoning call, right? She knowing he going. Not like going in a bad way. She just knowing like he's sweet for me. So because he's sweet for me, he's doing her favors. But not like big favors. It just be on some like little stuff. So she'll be like, oh, she need to do this, that, and the other. And he just like, by default he would by default help her out because she was cool with me. But mind you, and that's what I'm saying, like, I don't know. Maybe she didn't like him. I don't know because she knew him before I knew him. And she did tell me one time, she said, prior to me meeting you, he never gave me the time of day. Like, he would never talk to me. He's never acknowledged me. And then it's just like, now he just be doing favors for her, right? And I didn't really care anything of it because it's like, y'all, that's what I'm saying. Like, I knew it was going to work out. You know what I'm saying? So it was just, I guess we were just enjoying each other's company. I don't know. But it wasn't nothing serious. Until one time, he's doing her a favor. He did her a favor. She come back and she over here bragging about it, but she bragging about it a little too hard. Like he got to or something. That's when I had to drop her loose because now, like, it was a whole bunch of other stuff. She stayed for a little while prior to me dropping her, but that was one of the reasons, like, she got dropped because, like, she over here, like, treating him like he's damn near a bum. Can't make this up. Because she came to my place. So she slides through my place and she slides by my place and she's over there like, cause obviously like it was the last minute, like I'm coming over. Okay, cool. So last minute I'm coming over. Shorty pops over. He just happened to bump into her and she asks for a favor. That's really what it was. Like when they bumped into each other, she would ask him for a favor, but they never exchanged information. And I'm not going to be like, oh, he's not her type. I'm not going to say it. He just, like she said, he never paid her no mind. He don't really do much acknowledging of her. You know what I'm saying? So I was really like the glue that was bringing them together type stuff. Like 2 different lives. Here I am, the glue that brought them together type stuff. She's there. But obviously, like, I expect nothing less. Now I'm thinking that's wild. First off, if they kind in general and you screw them over, that's terrible. Karma's coming for you. But if this is not what they typically do because of whatever hurt that they had and they're doing it for you and you know that you're not really trying to be there, but you're just trying to ride the wave as long as you can, you're going to get what you're looking for. I promise you're going to get what you're looking for. Karma going to give you what you're looking for. And then I had this one girl, she wasn't used to ballers. She wasn't used to ballers, y'all. She got over there. We was out. I was with these dudes. I be chopping it up. He comes up. He about to pay for the tab. He covering his friend. He covered everybody. Yeah, he's covering everybody. So he comes up for what? And she's over here like, oh my goodness. And when he pulled it out, oh my goodness. I'm wow. Y'all bitches steady embarrassing me. That's why I don't bring y'all around. You would think she would leave it there. Y'all, she gets to slapping me. Okay, y'all, my Uber's here. So purse, shoes, outfit, and I gotta go.